In casual Commander, there are so many themes you can choose from: Spellslinger, elves, clones, and more. One of the most divisive themes, though, are combo decks. Combos in general are a hot topic. You can find a huge amount of discussion about combos online all the time and often in person. It's integrated into the bracket system and tied closely to the power level of your deck. So, having your deck be first and foremost a combo deck is going to ruffle some feathers. So, in this video, I wanted to give you my guide to playing combo decks in casual Commander, specifically brackets 3 or 2. In bracket 4, you're not allowed to complain, and bracket 5 obviously has combos. First, though, if you want one of these cool Ravnica Guild sleeves, you can buy them from Dragon Shield and use my code TTM at checkout for a discount. Or you can win a free one on my Patreon Discord if you join our deck building competition, link to my Patreon below. So first we need to find out what a combo deck even is. I think there is a massive difference between a combo deck and a deck that has a combo in it. Yes, comboing off is something any deck could do, but it isn't the same as having that as your main theme. It's like how some +1/+1 counter decks can Voltron a player out of the game, but that doesn't mean they are a Voltron deck. Typically, when you say this is an X deck, that implies your primary game plan is X. An Elf deck uses Elf synergies to win. Having Tyvar the Pummeler, which is an Elf and a finisher, in your deck does not make it an Elf deck, even though you could use that as the win con in any green deck. A combo deck is simply one where the primary goal of the list is to find and execute a game-ending combo. So even a control deck with a combo finisher is not a combo deck, because the primary thing the deck does is control the board state and lock down your opponents. The combo is something that happens afterwards and is probably not going to show up until that first goal has been achieved. Now, the immediate issue here is, are combo decks cringe? Is it against the spirit of the format? Well, no, of course not, because that is not real criticism of any deck or archetype or anything really. A better question would be, is this fun? Like, are combo decks a fun and engaging, dynamic way to play the game that leads to good games of Commander? Well, you might not realize it, but you could already be very close to playing a combo deck now. I've talked about this in videos before, but a lot of decks that are not infinite combos do have very similar play patterns. How many decks have you seen that amass a board state and then play something that turns that board state into a win? Like a deck that goes wide and then plays an overrun effect. This is ultimately pretty close to a combo. You play A, B, C, and functionally win the game. Basically, any deck that has a definitive I win setup rather than chip damage or incremental value will play like a combo deck. If you think that a combo invalidates the game by making all of the damage earlier not really add up or matter, then any deck that ramps into Cabal Coffers, Urborg, Torment of Hailfire does the same thing. Yes, it is not infinite, but often does a comical amount of damage and means all the other decisions throughout the game effectively didn't matter. Although, I think that is a myth. I think the idea of combos invalidating the game is kind of silly, because your decisions previously did matter. If you spent a board wipe before I cast my token generation effect, then yes, when I token generate and Craterhoof, your decision to cast the board wipe earlier mattered. If you spent your artifact removal early on in the game to stop some random artifact piece, then the fact that you don't have it now for my combo does matter. Nothing invalidates your decisions before they happened. All the decisions you made throughout the game still add up to the finale of the game, combo or not. So if you're already playing a deck that can go from no board state to I win, then you're pretty close to a combo deck anyway. Might as well give them a try. Additionally, combos are an important part of the ecosystem. Having more ways for decks to win creates new and interesting dynamics for games. If every deck won with slow incremental damage effects, then games would be way more boring. When you see 10 tokens in play, you would never have to worry about a Craterhoof, because they always win with slow incremental damage. I would never say you should not play overrun effects, or you should not play burn, or you should not play combo, because having a mix of all of those things creates more interesting games and combinations of decks that we see. And almost always, more deck diversity is more good. Sometimes you play against Mill, sometimes you play against Reanimator. It's fun to see different decks and go against different challenges. But do we have a power problem? Like, aren't combos the most powerful thing you can do in the game? I mean, they literally win the game. And in CDH, the highest power level of Commander, combos are used often, right? I think this is another misconception about combo decks. Yes, Oracle Consultation is a very powerful, very efficient, very compact combo. Same with all the breach loops that are in CDH. But there are a lot of combos that are not as efficient, as compact, and as powerful as either of those. And weaker combos really reveal the weakness of combo decks. The strength of a combo is determined by interaction windows. Thus, as Oracle Consultation is strong because the interaction window is small. You have to counter the Oracle or Consultation. Normal removal doesn't work at all. And because this is a low mana cost combo, you can do it early in the game and easily do it all in one turn. Compare this to a 3-card combo with multiple card types. This allows for multiple types of removal to stop the combo. Also, as you increase the total mana value of the combo, your ability to go from nothing on board to winning decreases significantly. If the combo is 10 or more mana to assemble, it can become very difficult to get it all out in one turn. So players will almost always have multiple turns to stop your combo. And if they have multiple turns to find multiple types of interaction, that gives all three of your opponents ample time to stop your combo, making it a very fair win condition. When thinking about combo decks for lower brackets, consistency isn't the issue. It's efficiency and opportunities for interaction. A deck that is consistent due to tutors, but needs a lot of time to assemble a 4-piece combo is totally fine in lower bracket games. You're not winning anytime soon, and your opponents have a lot of turns to find an answer. A deck with no tutors but randomly having a 2-card combo like Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation is not appropriate for lower brackets. Doesn't really matter if it's inconsistent. If you randomly win with an almost uninteractable combo, that's just not what bracket 2 and 3 are about. When designing a combo deck, you have your plan A combo and perhaps a backup one. Then you find card draw or filtering methods which let you get towards that combo. It can be looting or draw engines that let you churn through your deck. You might have some tutors to help you find the right cards, and you probably need some cards to not get run over by aggro. Then you try to survive as you churn through your deck and assemble the combo, maybe with some protection to back it up. Playing a combo in your deck, you might also realize a lot of their weaknesses. There will be times where you have 2 out of your 3 combo pieces in play, but you have no way to find the third. And those 2 basically do nothing without the final piece, meaning your board state is exceptionally weak, and you can easily get run over. Or if you're assembling a combo but one piece got swept up in a board wipe before you could deploy the other 2, then your deck is often set back really far and can feel really weak compared to other decks that are just developing their board in a more traditional sense. Of course, this does change a little bit if your combo is very flexible and has backup pieces that can allow it to win in slightly different ways, which increases the power of your combo and your deck. Alright, so what are some combos you should play? Well, you can use Commander Spellbook to search around for some, and this is an excellent tool. I'll link it below in the description. But if you don't want to search around, I had some of my patrons share some of their favorite combos that you can try out. We got Archaeomancer, Season of Weaving, and an extra turn spell for infinite turns. Deadeye Navigator, Cloud of Fairies, and Maryland Fey Ascendant to exile your opponent's libraries, and Maryland can be the commander. Doomsday Excruciator and One Ring to Rule Them All is a very funny combo. Vaultborn Tyrant, Treasonous Ogre, Sneak Attack, and Greater Good takes a bit of setup and isn't quite infinite, but does usually assemble a lethal / massive board. It kind of depends on your deck. It's very funny though. I think this is a cool synergy / combo to have. 9 Lives, Fractured Identity, and Patrician's Scorn is a really funny way to use 9 lives to win the game. Although if this combo goes awry, you lose the game. But that's how it goes sometimes. Golden Argosy, Karn the Great Creator, Gonti's Aetherheart, Mirrorworks, and Mirror Box to give you infinite turns, Depending on the energy you have at the start, this one is very slow, uses weird cards, and takes a lot to assemble. Those are just a few combos, and there are so many more out there. There's more in that thread. If you're in the Patreon Discord, you can check it out, or just go to Commander Spellbook and find some combos for yourself. So, what colors work best for combo decks? Well, you can combo in every single color, even colorless. Different colors do give you different levels of protection, though, which do alter your deck slightly. Blue is the best for combos here. Not only does blue have a lot of like flicker effects, which are used to loop many different ETBs for different combos, but you also obviously get counter magic, which is the easiest way to protect your combo. Red can also protect combos pretty well. Redirection spells are great ways to move spot removal away from your combo. White also has protection spells and has a lot of pillow fort effects that can help you stall the game out while you try to assemble your combo. Green can usually give keywords to protect key combo pieces, especially if they're creatures, and black can often reanimate many combo pieces, again, assuming they're creatures. So, what is the power level of a combo deck in Casual Commander? Well, it's going to depend heavily on your combo. They can feel disproportionately powerful, though, like stronger than they are actually. Because if you don't hold up removal, you can just lose instantly. And sometimes, with weird esoteric combos, a player might not even realize that is a combo piece. And since they didn't realize it, they didn't hold up interaction, and then again, they suddenly lose. The difference between a combo deck and a token deck is when I see 21 ones in play, it is very easy for a new player to infer if those got bigger, the game would be over. But when your combo piece says if you crank, you can uncrank, people might not realize that's a threat. So combo decks feel stronger because the win, quote unquote, comes out of nowhere. Now, of course, if you play against a combo deck once and you learn the combo, it's not going to come out of nowhere again because you know how the deck operates. So in a regular playgroup, these can often be very good because people understand what the combo is and what it looks like. A combo deck can also feel extra strong and win out of nowhere by small beaning. Like when you say, oh, I have nothing on board, woe is me, but then you instantly win in a few turns. Now, this can be spotted a mile away by more experienced players. You see, new players fall into the trap that board state equals how close you are to winning, but that causes them to ignore the player who cast a tutor, card draw spell, and another tutor, even though that person is very clearly one turn away from winning, despite having a weak board state. Now, how much does it cost to build a combo deck? Luckily, this is a exceptionally good budget archetype to build. Most of the casual, weaker combos are built around random weird cards, which are cheap. Expensive commander staples are usually because they are best in class in a popular archetype, which can make a lot of those archetypes quite pricey. But a combo deck isn't a set archetype designed by wizards in the same way. It is a lot more free form and more of a deck building challenge for you as the player. But because of that, you don't need staples that are designed for an archetype. You just kind of build your generic looting card draw engines that you want, and then whatever combo you wish to use. So they end up being pretty budget friendly. What kind of commander should you use for a combo deck? Either you play a commander which is a combo piece, making it easier to assemble said combo, or you have the commander provide some sort of utility, something to protect you from damage. Even just a good blocker is oftentimes a great option. Your commander could offer removal or consistent card filtering, or card advantage in some capacity. Card advantage in the command zone is probably one of the best options for a combo deck, even if it's not card advantage, just looting so you can consistently churn through your list. With all that said, what kind of player should play a combo deck? Well, someone who is not like me. I don't even like non-infinite definitive win cons in most of my decks. I don't play overrun effects, I don't play big X spells in almost any deck that I've built. Heck, even my CDH deck is a non-deterministic storm list. I love games that go long. I like getting incremental value from my cards. I like slowly chipping away at my opponents. I love those 2-hour commander games where 5 board wipes got cast and everyone is down to having like single-digit life totals. But a lot of players don't like that. They often want games to be faster. A combo deck does do that. They either win in a definitive fashion or fold because their combo pieces got removed, their deck does nothing, and they just got attacked and lost the game pretty quick. And when one player gets knocked out of the game speeds up quite a bit. So if you like faster paced games, if you like to either just win or lose hard, and if you like having a specific goal in mind for your deck, deck that goes out of its way to churn through the list to find that one goal and satisfyingly complete it, then maybe combo decks are for you. So give it a try. Pox asks, I really wish we could get some sort of gameplay of you making political deals. I try to make them in games, but I feel like I'm not doing it right. Gameplay is really tricky to do. Like if I went to a local game store, it'd be hard to like set up a camera setup, right? And then even like playing games with like other creators or stuff is like kind of tedious, especially because a lot of people are in different time zones. It can be difficult to organize. I've been invited by other creators to do some like online gameplay videos or whatever, but like it's kind of difficult to do. If you want to see me play Magic the Gathering, you can go to Garage the Gathering, their channel. I am in one of the videos. You can see me flounder with a deck. And I did record another one that I'm sure they will reveal at some point, and you can watch me make deals and talk there. That's probably your best option. Otherwise, if you want to get better at making deals, just keep making them. Honestly, it's a difficult skill to learn, so practicing it is really good. Thanks for watching. If you want to ask questions like my patron did there, you can join the Patreon. Or if you want to be in the credits like my tier 3 patrons here, all you gotta do is click the link below.